Don O'Berry here, and today I'm going to be talking about Git and GitHub, what exactly those are, and just some of the differences between them and how they actually aren't the same thing, which I didn't know until a little bit ago, but I learned that. So I'm just going to go through what I wrote here and then talk about some other stuff that I have some links pulled up that we're going to look into. So just for starters, so yeah, GitHub isn't Git, which is completely different. Git is a popular version control system. So it basically has like branching models that allow people to create different types of code. So like I came up with this analogy of a tree, which might not be right, but basically I said like kind of like you have the original code and then like people can branch off and like do their own thing, and then if like the person that has the tree likes it, they can come back, add that to the tree and stuff. And so GitHub basically just takes this and makes it like cloud based, because this is just Git is just like on the computer, your local computer. But with GitHub, you can have that on the cloud. So it makes it a lot better for team projects and stuff, because like people can work on it like a bunch of things at once. And so I have one pulled up. Like this is the one for my IST 402 class, and like this is the code for the class, and then like anyone can work on it, and then if the changes are liked, you can pull them into the actual code here. So that was basically the big differences that I had. Well, something to point out is the workflow on Git is you commit, you pull, and then you push. So that was like, so you make commits, which are changes right here. Like there's save points, kind of like updating what's going on, and then when you're on here, then they get pulled in, and then they get pushed back out to the actual website. So then that also causes problems though, because people can, if everyone's working on it, people can be making changes at the same time. So if someone has a commit that deletes something and you don't have that, then you don't have that deleted yet, and then they push that out, and then that could obviously be a problem, because they're pushing out something which deletes what you have. And then another thing that Git has is this thing called version control. GitHub has this, which is this is like nice because it just shows you. It's kind of just like going on like your internet and looking at your history of like seeing like what you've been doing, because this like allows you to look at changes that have been made in the code. And this would be, I mean, I've never like coded really like a project before, but I've mentioned like this would be really nice if you're working with a bunch of people to like, if it just seems like it streamlines like the process really easily, and it like shows the different ways that like people are making changes and everything. So I did have, this was an article I had that was just that really like explained Git and GitHub, the differences. There's a link to that in the blog, and then this one also went over the version controls, which had like a bunch of like examples, and making repositories and stuff and code, and just some examples about how to make one. See, like this has the commits, which are like the changes to it, and we can see that like here, like there's two branches. So like there's like the master and then this patch. So like each time they get like this gets merged and it gets pushed out to like the main code, but like it branches off from the original code. And like I could make a pull request if I really wanted to, but I don't want to. So in class we did like make some changes where we like went over this of like we would make commits to different things on the glossary thing, where we like putting up updates, and like then that would get, and then we would pull that, and then if it was like good or whatever, it could get merged into the main code here, and then it would be like updated on like the master branch here. Those were the big things. I've never actually used GitHub before, and like I didn't even know what Git was at all, and like so I think like this was a lot for like to just get right away. So I had to learn. I read a bunch of different articles here, like just basically like learning more about version control, Git and GitHub, just seeing what they were and stuff, and how like you can use Git and GitHub really to collaborate well on team projects, and use like just how it's pretty seamless, like how like you fork the code, which just means like you make your own copy, and then you can start working on it, and then like and then you make your commits, and then they get pulled in to the branch, and then they can get updated to the main code. It just seems like it's like works a lot faster than like just like submitting code and someone like reviews it and updates the changes. But like this seems like a lot more automated. Those are pretty much all I picked up from my experiences here with Git and GitHub. So thanks for watching.